Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle? And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. Wilson, he's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. On second down, Wilson fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key 3rd down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to cut it back left here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
At the end of big-time seasons where runners have those special magical years, you know who gets rewarded. It's the offensive lineman. He's going to buy them gifts that is going to commemorate the year and show his appreciation and thanks. This drive is going towards that because he's locked in, they're locked in. The only thing that's left now is to try and find a way to finish it in the end zone.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Check three. Single.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal.
Watch the twist. Gotta go. Get it out. Twist.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they just did not get the snap away in time. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that'll bring up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They come out here in the eye. Now Wilson on second down. And some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. Now, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry. So we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. What a spin. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And he cuts it out to the sideline. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, of course, the defense is going to accept this penalty. Now they'll run it on the toss. Shreds the tackle. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
On third down, Wilson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Gano out to kick this one away. So bad mistake there by the kickers. The ball goes out of bounds. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. 18 yards on the pickup there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
They come out here in the eye. Throwing is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in... Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's third down.
Exit. Let's go. Move the team. Hey, big drive right here. Flare. 14, run it.
Here's Wilson. Finding time. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
We get a look at the Panthers' defense now. The situation, tie game. They're just hoping to keep it that way, aren't they?
They are, and right now everything is really being dictated by how they're going to attack offensively. Will they take a knee and just try and get to overtime? Will they try and run some big plays? Got to stay loose and alert and be ready for anything on defense.
Got to think they're going to try to get in field goal range here, right?
You would think so, but some of them will look at the clock and say, I'm better off taking my chances in overtime because I might turn it over here. So you just have to be prepared.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Wilson to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Here's Ryan Allen now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, you never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game. Sometimes you get good ones. Sometimes you get bad ones. Sometimes you get great ones. And that's what we had here. What an exciting finish on that last big play.
And I think that as we look at it, when you're talking about a great finish, which went along with a game that obviously was dramatic because we did get into overtime, what type of play calls do you have left? What have you not shown? Or what have you made an adjustment to what you've worked out all the way through is going to give you the play we saw to win the game? Because I know everyone's thinking that was something that they just drew up. It might have been something they've been working on, and now they got the right matchup.
So for the Seahawks, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they dropped below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,